Okay everyone, here is our last video for lesson 21. Fourth period, we went over this problem in class, everything except part B. Fifth period, we have not gone over this problem, so everybody can benefit from looking at it. This is my f prime graph, and so if I make an f prime number line from -1 to 2, my f prime is positive. From 2 to 4, my f prime is negative. Remember, f prime positive, f prime negative, when I'm looking at an f prime graph, is talking about the y values of f prime, or whether the f prime is above or below the x-axis. Positive y values, negative y values. So, based on that, I would say f has a relative maximum at x equals 2. Justification, f prime changes from positive to negative. Now, absolute minimum. Absolute minimum, we need critical values and endpoints, but we also need f function values. So, endpoints. The closed interval for the domain is -1, 4. So I need f of -1, f of 4, which is in my description. They tell me f of -1 is -1, and f of 4 is 1. Critical value, f of 2. Now you might say, well, I don't know what f of 2 is, and you're 100% right. But let's look at the question. If we want an absolute minimum, f of 2 can't be a minimum because at 2 is a relative max. You can't be a relative maximum and then the absolute minimum. You can't be a high point and a low point simultaneously. So, there's not really that much to do. Conclusion, absolute min on the closed interval of -1 at x equals -1. I check my endpoints. I talked about my critical value. I talk about their y value. So the minimum has to be at -1. Okay. Concavity, points of inflection. The slope of the f prime graph is where f double prime is going to come from. And so if I make myself an f double prime number line, negative slope, positive slope, changing at 0, positive slope to negative slope, changing at 1, down to 3, where we go to positive slope. And so f is concave down from -1 to 0, union 1 to 3, because f double prime is negative. And f has points of inflection at x equals 0, 1, 3. Justification, f double prime, change the sign. This is from a while ago. This is an old AP question, but asking us to sketch the graph of f from all the information we have. First thing I would do is I would do the points they gave me, that f of -1 is -1. and f of 4 is 1, and f of 0 is 0. Those are the 3 points from the directions in the problem. Next thing I would do is increasing and decreasing. I'm increasing until 2 and then decreasing. And it also tells me that my range is from -1 to 2. So that means I don't go any lower than -1. I don't go any higher than 2. So if I'm in the max, we figured out that the max was at x equals 2. So I'm going to go up, up, up to x equals 2, and then down. Now that's how it would look with straight lines. Now I'm going to throw some concavity on it. From 0 to, or from negative infinity to 0, not negative, from -1 to 0, I'm concave down. That's what concave down looks like a frowny part. From 0 to 1, it's concave up. There's the inflection point at 0. From 1 to 3, it's concave down. So we must inflection point somehow to here. Maybe not so low, because I'm going to have to come in to that. And then I got to concave up again at 3. So let me line that up a little better. I'm going to concave up here, concave down here, max out at the 2. Yep, that looks like about what we're doing. There we go. All right, there we go. And now we're finished with lesson 20.